Everybody, we are here tonight with Inspiration Challenge 2.0. Tonight, people from all over the world are donating to help Oorah's Kiruv programs. But which Oorah program will get the most money? Tonight, we introduce to you Inspiration Challenge 2.0, the interactive game that gives you the power to vote for the Oorah program that inspires you most. That's right, you have the power to vote tonight. Our two contestants will compete against each other to earn money towards the Oorah program they represent. Our moderator, which in this case is myself, will spin the wheel here, and based on the color it lands on, choose from a stack of cards of coordinating cards. The contestant will inspire the crowd with a topic from the card that relates to their Kiruv program. You, the audience, can vote for the most inspirational contestant online at oorahauction.org/vote. Whichever contestant gets the highest number of votes wins $500 towards their program. So please, I urge you to vote towards that thing. Okay, and we are here with our two contestants for our game Inspiration Challenge 2.0. With first-hand experience as director of junior Torah mates in the zone last summer and a volunteer Torah mate himself, we have Rabbi Heshi Forster can easily represent the Torah mate program, pairing up thousands of students of all ages and backgrounds with volunteer teachers. Torah mates allows any Jew anywhere to learn more about any area of the Jewish practice that interests them. In only a half hour a week, relationships are formed and lives are transformed by the incredible power of Torah study. Against him competing, we have the Rebbitzins program is our Shidduch mentoring program from singles of Baal Teshuvah background, offering guidance, mentorship, and a connection to a dedicated network of experienced volunteer shadchanim. In place of the usual in-person shadchan meets and retreats we host, the Rebbitzins have been busy non-stop with virtual events, offering tailored dating advice for these times. Our able representative for the Rebbitzin program is none other than Rabbi Eli Bohm, whose involvement with Oorah includes sitting on the board of directors and mashpia in the zone boys division, and as well, among other multifaceted accomplishments, Rabbi Bohm is also a noted lecturer, writer, and scholar. So here we go with our first round. We have Rabbi Forster up. We have Rabbi Bohm up first. Rabbi Bohm's going to go first here tonight, and we are going to spin the wheel and see which thing he lands on. Okay, the wheel goes round, and Rabbi Bohm, you land on green. Let's give you your pick section of cards over here. We have here cards. Which one do you want? 1, 2, or 3?
I will take the top one. Always go with the top one.
Okay, Rabbi Bohm. The top one over here. The topic, please give us Kishka the camel. That's right, Kishka the camel. Let's see what he can give us inspirational about Kishka the camel. Rabbi Bohm, take it away.
Kishka the camel. That is Oorah's mascot. You know, to tie it into the Rebbitzins program at Shidduchim is pretty easy. You know, we just have a guy in our wonderful campus upstate in New York standing right next to Kishka the camel, and he asks his prospective shidduch date for something to drink, and we'll see how she goes and answers. That's something that happens by every single Rebbitzin retreat. Now, on a serious note, the camel is really an integral part of Oorah. It's an attraction that brings everyone there. We have a Rebbitzins retreat once a year with a few hundred people coming upstate New York to spend together with his shadchanim and mentors. And we have singles, Bali Tshuva, or children of Bali Tshuva that have a hard time in Shidduchim. And the mentors and the shadchanim sit there, and they do a tremendous amount of research beforehand to see who should be paired with who. And when you have a camel that's on the campus, that draws an attention, that draws an attraction, it just makes the event so much more exciting. And everyone wants to come to the zone to try out all the amenities that are there. And when you have Kishka the camel that's there, you know, word just spreads. We even had one person who was from the local town who was driving by, and he noticed during midwinter, in a few feet of snow, a camel walking around on the zone campus. And he was wondering, what's a camel doing there? And then he stopped his car and he noticed some Hebrew letters in a sign. And suddenly he realized that he didn't even know that there was such a mega Jewish organization so close to where he lived. And since then he has come to almost every single event that we host. So the camel is an integral part of Kiruv. It's an integral part of the Rebbitzins program. It's an integral part of everything that we do. And having such events is what really makes Shidduchim happen. We have over 1,000 singles that are part of this program. Over 80 volunteers of mentors shadchanim. We had over 500 dates this past year. Just a few engagements in the past 2 weeks. The Rebbitzins program doesn't stop. No matter what challenge comes their way, the Rebbitzins are there working, trying to help these Balei Tshuva find their soulmate, find their shidduch, and the camel plays an integral role.
Wow, wow. Very inspiring, Rabbi Bohm. Thank you so much for those inspirational words. Everyone, putting your votes, oorahauction.org/vote. And we have our next contestant here, Rabbi Forster, and we spin the wheel round and let us see what we get for you. And we land on the color blue. Okay, light blue. Pick up the cards. And Rabbi Forster, is it going to be the top one, the middle one, or the bottom one?
I have a feeling the goodies are resting on the bottom.
The bottom,
I'm going to
okay.
go for the bottom one.
Okay, good one. Okay, your topic is yeshiva. Rabbi Forster, please inspire us. Something to do with yeshiva with the Torah Mates program.
Well, the Torah Mates program is probably the largest yeshiva in the world. Torah Mate program is right now, we have about over 3,500 active partners. That's 7,000 people learning Torah in part of the Torah Mates program. That's just adults. This is not talking about the Zoniac Torah Mates. This is just the adults. Over 7,000 people learning Torah, and that's once a week. Some learn more, but officially the program is once a week, 30 minutes a week. That's not hard. Anybody can do that. So if you're out there and you're listening or you're watching this, you too can do this. TorahMates.org, 1877 Torah 123. Is the number to call if you want to get involved. I'm going to tell you a very quick story that I found very inspirational about a fellow named Steve, not his real name. Steve moved to the East Coast from out west. He moved with his family after a very tragic accident where he lost his 7-year-old son in a very, very tragic accident. The family moved out from out west. They moved down right here to the tri-state area, and they were finding it very, very difficult. It was very hard after such a tragedy. It was very hard to move on. But somehow Steve got involved in the Torah Mates program, and that was a life changer. To him, that was his little yeshiva. He learned with his Torah Mate Yaakov, and they learned every week, and slowly that inspired him, and that got him to grow a little bit. To the point where Steve now sent his 3 other children, took them out of public school, and sent them to yeshiva. A tremendous step. And as time was going on, slowly Steve started to feel much better. The family was doing much better, all because of his involvement with his Torah Mate. Tremendous shout out to his Torah Mate Yaakov, who really made a tremendous impact on this family. It's unbelievable. Even throughout this whole Corona situation, things were not so great. I heard from his Torah Mate coordinator that Steve is only talking about Emunah. He's only talking about wonderful. He's so happy. But it's not over. Steve has a son. We're going to call him Baruch. Baruch is in the 8th grade, not doing so well in school. Great kid, a nice kid. He loves school. The school loves him. But scholastically, he's not doing well, to the point where his school says, I don't know if Baruch should graduate this year. We may need to keep him back in 8th grade another year. Now that's a real yeshiva challenge. What do we do? Where is Stephen and his wife going to turn when they have such a challenge? Yaakov, the hero Torah Mate, steps in and says, not a problem. Not a problem. You got an issue with yeshiva. I'm going to take care of it. Let me learn with Baruch for a little bit. Yaakov volunteered to learn with Stephen's son Baruch, and they learned for a little bit. It took a couple of weeks till he finally made a difference, and to the point where the school was able to notice that Baruch is looking so much better. He's doing so much better. He's now able to keep up scholastically. His yeshiva experience has been transformed. This is a man, just because he signed up for a Torah Mate, and this changed his entire life, his entire being. His whole yeshiva experience with his son has changed. I urge you, if you have not yet gotten involved, you have 2 options now. And it's not a choice. We sign up for a Torah Mate, and you donate to the Oorah auction right now.
Thank you, Rabbi Forster. Very, very inspirational. Amazing. Putting your votes, everyone putting your votes, oorahauction.org/vote. Tell us, let us know where that money should go. Who should be getting the $500 tonight for the inspirational challenge? Okay, the votes are already coming in, and I'm not going to tell you who's winning, and let's go move on now to Rabbi Bohm to see if you will win this vote. And we spin over here, and we come up with the color green. Okay, Rabbi
Green
Bohm.
is my lucky color.
Green is your lucky color tonight. Kishka the camel, the zone is green. Okay, Rabbi Bohm, is it the top middle one or the bottom one?
This time we'll go with the bottom one.
You go with the bottom, I'm a smart man. Okay, Rabbi Bohm, please tell us about mitzvos. Something about mitzvos.
So let me tell you something. Why you should vote for the Rebbitzins program. Mitzvos is key and involved in the Rebbitzins program. We all know someone who needs a shidduch. We all know someone who we wish we could help them out, but we might not have the ability to help them out. The Rebbitzins program offers that help for so many people who fall into that category. People who nobody else would read them shidduchim. People who don't really have a network that could take care of them. They don't have a support system. That is the Rebbitzins program. We care about you. We try to help you. And there's so much success in the Rebbitzins program. Let me tell you a story about the Rebbitzins program to show you about a mitzvah of somebody getting involved. In the zone by the Rebbitzins retreat, we wanted someone to try to give a ride to Rebbitzin Mintz, who was leaving a little bit earlier than Rabbi Mintz. And we had one of the girls that were there, and one of the Rebbitzins went over to the girl and tried asking her, could you give Rebbitzin Mintz a ride home? It's a big mitzvah. The girl, was like shrugging. She wasn't sure if that's what she really wants to do. She's bringing a couple of friends. The conversation in the car obviously won't be the same if Rebbitzin Mintz is sitting there. So the Rebbitzin turns to her and says, we have a track record. Whoever takes Rebbitzin Mintz home gets engaged within the year. And let me tell you something. That year, Oorah gets an email from that girl and says, I'm happy to be part of that statistic because I just got engaged. Oh. A mitzvah just like that. You can't make up these stories. People get involved, and many people ask, I don't have such a network. How can I be part of the Rebbitzins program? Well, the Rebbitzins program is also for mentors. So many people just need advice. A Rebbitzin just told me that she was giving advice. There was a girl that was going out, and after 2 dates, she said no. And it was for really no reason. The Rebbitzin tried pulling, the mentor was trying to pull some type of reason, why are you saying no? It's not for me. I'm looking for something else. And she quickly realized that this girl just had dreams way beyond expectations. So she tells the girl, I'm telling you, I'm not letting you date anybody else until you take some time to think about this and you realize what you really need. Because if you're looking for Prince Charming is not out there. And if he is out there, he probably doesn't want to date you. So get a reality check. She continued dating this guy, and after 10 dates, she got engaged. We all could be mentors. Go to rebbitzins.org. Either you have a network or you could be a mentor. But that's a mitzvah. A simple ride is a zchus. Making shidduchim is what brings people closer, is what these Balei Tshuva, these people who are changing their life need. Help them out. Vote right now so we get the funding. On Oorahauction.org/vote. Vote for the Rebbitzins program. And don't forget to donate to the auction. And if you want to volunteer, rebbitzins.org. Become a Rebbitzin, a shadchan, or a mentor. We need you.
Oh, we like him, a good politician. He's putting in his votes. Everyone putting your votes like he says. And we move on to our contestant, Rabbi Forster. As we spin the wheel, don't forget 8777 auction, Oorahauction.org. And put in the votes to see who's going to win here. Oorahauction.org/vote. And we landed on dark blue. Rabbi Forster, please give us something about Shabbos. Something. Shabbos. Okay, Rabbi Forster, just so you know, the votes are exactly even at this time, and you could now take the win if you are very inspirational.
Okay. Well, exactly even doesn't really make me nervous at all. Torah, after all, is basic. That's where it all starts.
Okay.
So I think that's pretty obvious. I'm going to tell you a story about Shabbos. And tell you a story again, it's not going to change the name. We're going to call this person's name Jacob, only because I didn't get permission from the individuals to state their name. Jacob, by the way, again, not his real name. I think he's the longest-standing Torah mate. I think that he's learning with his Torah mate for over 13 years, and he's got the record for the longest Torah mate peer. Unbelievable. And when he started, they started learning Chumash, more basic, and by now they're learning Gemara. Unbelievable. And this is a family that's been growing. They've been growing in Yehadus, growing in mitzvahs. They were keeping Shabbos quite a while back. His wife Sarah was complaining. They were keeping Shabbos, but Shabbos felt empty. Shabbos was just very basic because they didn't know much. They didn't know what to do. They were just reading, just trying to get by. They barely knew what was usur, what was mutter, what they're allowed to do on Shabbos, what they're not allowed to do on Shabbos, but it certainly did not have any meaning to them. But again, Jacob's got a Torah mate. He's learning Torah. That's the essence for every single Jew. It's got to help him grow. As time went on, and he became more knowledgeable, and he was learning more from his Torah mate. Interesting, Jacob says that he was so dedicated, and he so much was hanging on to every word his Torah mate said. If he was in a noisy room, and sometimes he wasn't able to hear so well, he would go out to his car, to sit in his car to be able to learn in a quiet place. After a while, Jacob's wife Sarah calls in to her Torah mate coordinator and reports the following. She says, Shabbos in our home has been transformed. It's taken a little bit of time, but here's what happens on a typical Shabbos now. Instead of sitting on the couch and just moving from one couch to the other, from one chair to the next, and nobody knowing what to do and what's supposed to happen next, and not feeling anything, now they sit down to their Friday night meal, they sit down to their Shabbat dinner, and Jacob presents the family with a question, something that he learned, some Torah thought that he learned from his Torah mate. Their 16-year-old son, Eitan, chimes in. He says, I heard something about that in yeshiva. And now they have a bit of a discussion. And then the mother, Sarah, chimes in and says, but I've been to Torah spot on Tuesday night with Rabbi Mintz. I heard Rabbi Mintz say something a little bit different on this topic. And sure enough, there's a whole discussion that goes on, and they're all animated, and they're all into it, and it brings real meaning to their Shabbos. This is what from the people on the ground, this is what people are saying what Torah mates has done to them. This is not what we're saying Shabbos should be for them. Nobody told them, Torah mate never told them that this is what Shabbos is supposed to be. But this is what the Torah did to them as they learned Torah. He learned with his Torah mate. She learned with her Torah mate. And they became more knowledgeable. Automatically, that Shabbos was changed to the point that they feel a difference in Shabbos. Wouldn't you want to make a difference? 1-877-TORAH-123. If you're having a hard time with the numbers, I know the numbers are a bit off over there. There's an extra number. It's 1-877-867-2412 or TorahMates.org. But for right now, most important, 1-877-7-auction. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Forster. Everyone getting your votes, oorahauction.org/vote. Tell us who was more inspiring. Where does that $500 go to? Does it go to the Torah Mates program or does it go to the Rebbitzins program? Everyone, put in your raffles for 8777 auction, oorahauction.org. Over $650,000 of prizes tonight. That's right, in 1 hour, you could be the winner of a brand new Toyota Sienna in your driveway. No monthly payments, no leases. It can be yours. That's right, or $36,000 cash. 50 prizes tonight. Don't wake up too late. In half an hour, we are closing everything up, and we will start picking the raffle. So please get your tickets in and be the lucky winner tonight. Okay, and we are back with the winner of the Inspiration Challenge 2.0. First, I would like to give a thank you to Rabbi Bohm and Rabbi Forster for everything you have done for Oorah and you continue to do for Oorah. Really appreciate it. And the winner of the $500 tonight towards their program is the Rebbitzins program. Thank you, everyone, for putting in your vote.
Wow.
And welcome back to Inspiration Challenge 2.0 with our next contestants. Everyone, don't forget, here's what's coming up very soon. We will be picking the drawings for our 50 most amazing prizes ever. The website is closing in 15 minutes. 15 minutes, the website's closing, getting your tickets and be the lucky winner of one of our amazing prizes tonight. We have over here with us Rabbi David Miller is our representative for the Zone Camp and as program director of the Boys Division for as long as we can remember. He's well qualified for the job. The Zone is truly more than just a camp, with the warm connections created during the summer, kept alive through year-round events and programs. We have up against him, as Oorah's community liaison, Rabbi Motzei Cohen is a networker par excellence with a Rolodex of contacts and is ready to help Oorah have the biggest impact in communities across North America. Rabbi Cohen will be representing Oorah's tuition assistance program, which is really how Oorah all started, with Rabbi Chaim Mintz knocking on doors and raising funds for Jewish children to be able to access a Torah education. We'll hear more about what the program has grown to today from him. Okay, and we are up for our first contestant, Rabbi Miller, representing the Zone Camp, which is very close to heart.
Sure is.
Okay, Rabbi Miller, we have here.
Rabbi Brog had this rigged.
Yes, no, rigged it
There
is.
you go.
Okay, and we have you here on light blue. Okay, Rabbi Miller, is it going to be top, middle, or bottom?
The middle.
The middle one. Okay, Rabbi Miller, please inspire us with something about yeshiva related to the Zone Camp.
Okay, this one's easy.
Okay.
Even though he got tuitions, but it's still easy for camp. Visiting day. Visiting day. Visiting day in every camp, which hopefully we'll all have this year. But visiting day is always the highlight of the summer. Visiting day is the time every kid looks forward to visiting day. In every camp. And it's no different in the Zone. The Zone visiting day is like no other camp. But in the Zone, there's something very special about visiting day, something different. Visiting day by us is a Kiruv bonanza. It's something which is, I don't know if there's any one day or one event where so much Kiruv happens anywhere in the world, like visiting day in the Zone. In the boys' camp, both sessions, session A, session B, and the girls' camp, both sessions, visiting day. All the parents come. The amount of work that's put in by our mashpiyim to prepare for visiting day, to find out which kids are not in yeshiva yet, and we have to try to get them into yeshiva when their parents come, because obviously the parents have to be involved, and which kids should speak to Rabbi Mintz, and all the work that goes into preparing to give out Torah mate cards, to get parents to sign up for Torah mates. And the amount of Torah mates created on visiting day is amazing. And this past year, one of our mashpiyim was standing, walking around, talking to parents and trying to get parents Torah mates, yeshivas, and he saw a DU member who was in camp for many years. The DU member was standing, he actually was in camp, he left and he came back to camp for DU. He was standing looking at a tent that was erected outside the office in the Zone. Now, what was that tent? That tent is where Rabbi Mintz sits the entire visiting day, and he meets with parents, and he gets parents, and he tries to help parents and convince parents to send their children to yeshiva. And many, many people walking around today are products of that event. And this boy is standing there, and he's looking at this tent, and he's like staring at it, just like mesmerized. So this mashpia goes over to him and says to him, call him Shimon. He said, Shimon, do you know, like, you're looking at it like you don't know what that is. Like, do you know what goes on over there? You know, Rabbi Mintz, he meets people, he starts telling him, he meets parents, and he's trying to convince the kids to go to yeshiva, like you're in yeshiva now. And he turns to him and says, Rabbi, do I know what that tent does? I am who I am today because of that tent. He said, many years ago, when I was a little kid, and I remember this boy when I was a single staff member in camp. Many years ago, I was in that tent with my parents and Rabbi Mintz. And from that tent, I went to yeshiva. And I've been in yeshiva since then. And this DU member today looks like a regular yeshiva guy, actually. And he said, that tent changed my life. So you want to know, do I know what that tent is? Oh boy, do I know what that tent is. I'm just looking at it now, just taking it in. Like, wow, there it is, the tent. It's up once a summer or twice a summer now. And that's the tent that changed my entire life.
Wow, very inspirational. If I'm allowed to vote, please put in my vote for the camp. Okay, and we move on to Rabbi Motzei Cohen. Just to put in there while we're spinning the wheel, does your backyard minion have a Sefer Torah? Are you going to another block to here, Kriya Satire, you could put in tonight and be the coolest guy ever, bringing a Sefer Torah to your backyard minion. That's right, one of our amazing prizes. And we land on the blue. Okay, and it is dark blue. Rabbi Mati Cohn, representing our tuition program, helping 1,000 kids in yeshiva. And your topic, Rabbi Mati Cohn, which card is it going to be? Top, middle, or bottom? Top card. Okay, Rabbi Cohn. And the topic that you are going to be discussing tonight is davening. Rabbi Cohn, take us away. Again, everyone, put in your votes and let us know where you think the $500 should go to.
Okay, davening. It's really, like Rabbi Miller was saying before, that really camp and tuition are not really competition. They really go more hand in hand. They complement each other. But by far,
now it's competition.
But now, by far, the best story that comes to mind regarding davening is that we had a camper. She came to camp from a community, and we, Baruch Hashem, did get her to go to yeshiva, and that's where she really is. She's doing amazing. But most important of all, from that davening, I did a follow-up call. I spoke to the mother just to find out how things are doing and everything's going okay, that she's doing well in the yeshiva, in the school. And she told me that ever since her daughter came to camp and is in school, the Torah is so infectious for the entire family, right? That although they were traditional and the father did go to shul, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and the high holidays, ever since then, the enthusiasm for Yiddishkeit was so infectious that he has not missed a single minyan since. Every day, 3 times a day, the whole family is just all into it, and the father did not miss a single minyan for davening. All that just from camp and tuition, from going to yeshiva.
Extremely inspirational. Thank you so much, Rabbi Mati Cohn. Everyone, again, the website's closing in 10 minutes, 8777 Oorahthon.org. Website's closing down. Do not wait till after 3 o'clock and realize you did not put in. Put in now for this winner, and we are about to pick the winner for our inspirational challenge. Everyone putting your votes at Oorahthon.org/vote, and we'll let you know the winner momentarily. Okay, and we are back with the winner. Thank you so much, Rabbi David Miller and Rabbi Mati Cohn, for everything you do for Oorah and everything you continue to do for Oorah. And the winner tonight, sadly, no, very happy, is the tuition department. $500 for the tuition department. I will not take it personal. Thank you so much.